Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Usman Ali, and yet we are here to discuss a solution of one of the numerical by the name of problem 5. It's a numerical in the sequence of the LCM rule. So you know from our previous videos, the basic numericals, we are supposed to shift the data given to us in the question, it's a screenshot, to the solution table. So in order to save time, I have already shifted the item number and its respective quantity. Now this numerical is slightly different from other one because it has a quantity feature and it has the ceiling and floor features also. So this is the best possible shape that you will see in the LCM rule numericals. So let's solve the numerical quickly. Now you know that I have shifted the item and the quantity information, so I will start from the cost information. The cost of our first item, which is $13.20, is $3.20. Our second item cost is $2.70. Our next item cost is $4.50. Our next item is $3.60, and then we have $2.25, and then for item 1522 item number, we have a cost of 3.00. we got 1.80, and for the last item we got 4.70. so these are our cost figures. As far as replacement costs are concerned, so cost to replace for item number 1 is 3.0. for item 2 it is 2.3. for item 3 it is 3.7. for next item it is 3.10, 2, 2.70, 1.60, and 5.20. so this is our replacement cost actually. Okay, now the next step we have is to calculate the ceiling value. Now you know ceiling value means selling price minus selling expense. So what is my selling price? My selling price for the first item is 4.50. So I will write here 4.50 minus the selling expense. Selling expense or cost of completion. It's a manufacturing concern. So inside a manufacturing concern, we try to accumulate cost of completion as well, which means that the product item number 1320 and others are not completely manufactured right now. They are like kind of almost done, work in process. So if we incur a little more cost, then it will become a finished good. So how much more cost is needed? We need to incur $0.35 on item number 1320, then it will get completed. Okay, so if selling expense is not given, we're going to use cost of completing. Okay, now our selling price was 4.50 minus $0.35. Okay, 4.50 minus $0.35, and we get our net realizable value of 4.15 for our item number 1320. Let's continue with the rest of the items then. I will go for 3.50 minus 0.50, then we go for 5.0 minus 0.40 for the third item. Then we have 3.20 minus 0.25. Okay, oh sorry, I did not use equal to sign, so that's it. Now for item 1510, our selling price is 3.25. let me use the equal sign first. 3.25 minus 0.80. Then for the next item we have our selling price as 3.80 minus 0.40. okay, and I have not used the equal to sign again, sorry for that. That's 0.40. okay, then our second last selling price is 2.50 minus 0.75, and our last item price is 6.00 minus 0.50. so we got the net realizable values of all the items that we have. Our next step is to calculate the floor. Floor means net realizable value minus normal profit. Luckily in the numerical, unlike the previous numerical, we were given percentage here. Now directly dollar amount is given, so we do not need to calculate a dollar amount. We will directly put the value, use the value to calculate floor value. So as you can see in the column top, floor is net realizable value minus normal profit. So for item number 1, our net realizable value is $4.15 minus the normal profit. So normal profit of the first item is $1.25. We got 2.90 as our floor value. For item second, the net realizable value is 3.00 minus 0.50 as our normal profit. Then for item number 3, we have 4.60 as our net realizable value, 4.60 minus 1.00 as our normal profit. For the next item number 1437, our net realizable value is 2.95 minus 0.90, which is the normal profit. And for the next item, our net realizable value is 2.45, while the normal profit is 0.60, as you can see there in the question. Then we have 3.40 as the net realizable value of item number 1522, while the normal profit is 0.50. And for the second last item, our net realizable value is 1.75 minus the normal profit of 0.50. So we get the answer directly. And for the last item, our net realizable value is 5.50 minus the normal profit of $1.00. So that's it. We get our floor values also. Now that we have our replacement value or replacement cost, we have the value of ceiling and floor. So that's yellow. What we're gonna do is our next job would be actually to calculate the mid value, and the mid value would be titled or called as designated value. So the mid of 3, 4.15 and 2.9 is 3. Then 2.30, 3 and 2.50. So it's 2.50, 3.7, 4.6 and 3.6 is 3.7, 3.10, 2.95 and 2.05 is 2.95, 2.45 and 1.85, it's 2.7, 3.4 and 2.9 gives me 2.9 as the mid value, 1.6, 1.75 and 1.25 gives me a mid value of 1.6. And we have this 5.20, 5.50 and 4.50. So it's the mid value we have is, if I'm not wrong, 5.20. So that's the designated value, ladies and gentlemen. Now that we have the designated value, as usual, what should be our next step? Our next step should be to compare cost with designated value, the light blue color, and we're going to choose the smallest value, which will give us LCM on individual basis. In this numerical, you see I have another column at the bottom as well. We're gonna do the same thing but with a little different manner. Okay, so let's go for the mid values, and our cost is 3.20 and our designated value is 3. So the mid value we have is 3.0. Then our cost is 2.7 and designated value is 2.5. So our the smallest value will be 2.3. Then we have 4.5 and 3.7. So 3.7 is the smallest value. We got 3.60 and 2.95. So 2.95 is the smallest value. We got 2.25 and 2. So 2 is the smallest value. 3 and 2.9, so we're going to choose 2.9. 1.8 and 1.6, we will choose 1.6. And the last one is 4.7 and 5.2, we will choose 4.7 definitely. So this is our LCM on individual basis, till this column. And there is one extra column now. Why I have this one extra column? Because of the quantity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the quantity of the item with the LCM values that I have selected. So let me make it bold because that's the one I was working for. So how much quantity I have for the first item? I got like 1200 items, or the quantity of the first item multiplied by the LCM which I have taken, that's $3. and I get a total value of 3,600. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how we do it. So it's an Excel sheet. I have the the opportunity to drag it and save the time, yours, MBs as well. Okay, now I got these values. These are all the total cost of these items. Okay, and that's the LCM cost of it. What I will do in the total is I will plus in the end is I will plus all of them, 3,600 plus 2,760, 4,450, 3,540 and others. I will plus all of them, so we get a value of 2,77,000. Let me make it a little big for you, bold, in the mid, and color it. So this is the total amount that we have, 27,780. Ladies and gentlemen, this is that amount of money that will be shifted to the balance sheet. Now then, the part I just did is actually an LCM rule here, and this is based on individual item. That's the part 1, individual item method. So in the individual item method, first my job is to individually compare designated value with cost of every item individually, every row separately. I get the LCM values, and then I will multiply it with the quantity to get a total value. This red value of $27,780 is the current asset section. It's going to be shifted there. Our next part of the numerical is to calculate the total inventory method or the total method. So for that I will use this information, or this table that's given to me. Okay, so let's solve the second part of the numerical, which is total method. So total method is slightly different, and you would see how it is different shortly. If you can see that the initial tables of this second part is same as the first one. If you can see, we have a cost column. So we have a cost column here. We have a replacement cost here also, ceiling, floor, designated value. So till this column we have, like you can say, kind of common things. So what I will do, in order to save time, I will copy this data, as you know that how the data is calculated, the one which I am copying, and I will paste it here. Okay, so we can save time, because till this point both of the numericals are same. Now in the second part we are supposed to do the total inventory method, the total method. So total method is slightly different. You saw here that I individually compared each and every item cost with designated value, each and every item. But in the total method I will not individually compare this 3 with 3.2. No, I'm not going to compare that. So first I will find the total cost, okay, of per unit. Like for this item, I have item number 1, which is 1320 number. I had a quantity of 1200, so I will multiply the quantity with the cost, like these two, like this. Okay, I will multiply it, the answers would come here, and then I will multiply the quantity with the designated value and write the total designated value of every item here. So let's do it. Now for the item number 1, our quantity is 1200, which I will multiply with the cost. So the cost is 3.20. okay, quantity multiplied by cost. That's how I will make this column. So we get 3,884. Now you know how it is calculated, so I will drag it to save time. Likewise, let's go for the total of the designated value per unit, which means I will multiply quantity, this time not with the cost, this time I will multiply it with the designated value, the blue and the red. Okay, and we will get 3,600 this time. So likewise I will multiply each quantity of the item with its values. So that's how these two columns would be created. Then at the end of the day, I will find the total of the cost column, and I will find the total of the designated value column also. So these are the two major values. Let me change the font size and style so that it's clear and visible. So according to the total of cost, we will have 30,900. Let me color it as blue, okay, light blue. And according to the designated value, we got 24,610. So this is the total of cost, and this one represents the total of designated value. As it's a total method, so in order to find LCM, I will compare total with the total. In the previous method, I was comparing individual cost with individually, like every row separately I was comparing, and I created an LCM for every item. Here, no, it's total method. So first I will find the total of cost and then total of designated value, and then I will compare the total of designated with total of cost, and rule remains same, whichever is lower, smaller. So we have 30,900 and 24,610. So the smaller value that we have is $24,610. Okay, so this is the amount of LCM that will be shifted to the balance sheet current assets. According to the accounting standards, both of the methods are allowed. You can use individual method or you can use the total method, whichever you feel is okay with your organization. But you need to keep this one thing in mind, that a consistency principle must not be violated there. You should try your level best to repeat or utilize the same method again and again. Okay, if it is necessary, you can change it, but it is recommended that make wise decisions. So this is how you do the individual method, and that's the technique of doing for the total method. I hope you got the point, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much. Stay safe.